AK47 Kalashnikov Spetsnaz. Spetsnaz is the term that they use for their commando version or whatever. It's a short barrel, shorter than your standard AKs. Go over the gun, parts that are metal on it, the front sight tower and front sights are metal. The dust cover and rear sight is metal. The charging handle, which reveals your hop-up adjustment, is metal. The safety selector is metal. The trigger guard is metal. Trigger is metal as well. Also, there's a bracket that your rear stock brackets onto. That's metal as well. It is a metal gearbox gun. The listed FPS on the box is 487 feet per second. And that's with 12 gram BBs. We'll do a chrono test here in a little bit with 20 gram BBs so we can get speed on it. The gun also has a small front rail. You can put lights or lasers or a foregrip on it if you want. It has a sling attachment on the front and then also one in the rear, so you can run a single point sling if you want, or you can run a 2 or a 3 point. The hop-up adjustment is behind the charging level or charging handle. It's got a pretty stable hop-up adjustment. It stays in adjustment, doesn't back itself down. The safety is selector switch, has good positive stops, just like the AK's. Middle is full auto, and all the way down is semi, like the real guns. It's got paddle mag release, push forward for your magazine release, and battery is held in the stock. There's a lot of foam in there right now, so it's for mini type batteries, but you could pull that foam out, put large type batteries in there, and have a lot longer playing time, or more, a higher milliamp battery. One thing I don't like about the gun is that almost every one of these that I've seen, after somebody's had it for a while, this rear cover comes off, and that's what happened on this one. It came off, and I cut a piece of Kydex out and kind of made a mounting cover for it that stays on. That's really the only complaint about these. The top cover, dust cover comes off really easy. You can also put, I think some of the plastic gearbox guns have this spot open for batteries, so they can put those single long stick batteries in there. If you wanted to, and you know how to work guns, you can wire a battery in there and take the stock off if you wanted it to be really short. As it is now, the gun's already very compact. The stocks on these are usually shorter than if you extend out M4 all the way out, so they pull in pretty close to your shoulder, which makes it pretty good for CQB stuff. The shorter barrel, and it's a shorter size overall. Gun's not super heavy, so it's easy to move around with it. It's not going to tire you out. One thing you probably want to do something about is this bright orange homing beacon of a safety tip that they have on it. If you're anywhere out in the woods, or even in somewhere where it's somewhat low light, that's going to stand out quite a bit. The finish on the gun, it has a kind of a rubberized finish on the hand grip and the pistol grip and the stock as well. Makes it nice to hold on to. Your hands get a little sweaty. One bad thing though is it does rub off a little bit. And you can see down here on the bottom of the pistol grip, it's worn off just a little bit, and it gets little nicks and scratches in it. But it stays on pretty well. It's not a huge problem. The one thing, rear sights also has 2 apertures that flip up and down, kind of similar to the M4s that the AR-15s that flip back and forth. There's 2 different apertures that you can select from. Pretty good gun. It's pretty intimidating sounding, and it hits pretty hard for a stock gun out of the box. It's made by Cybergun, which is rebranded JG, so they're all Tokyo Marui JG compliant or compatible. So if you want to put upgrade parts in it, you can do that. Comes with a 550 round magazine, the plastic kind. I got a JG 600 round mag that works just fine. It's 50 rounds more, and they're metal instead of plastic, like the plastic ones that they come with. So the gun, will go out and shoot it, see how it shoots. Alright. got a Tonka truck and a license plate about 30, 40 feet away. Light them up. That was initially full auto. In semi-auto, the gears don't bind up. It's real common in a lot of guns that the gears will bind up and they'll get stuck, and you have to switch them over to auto. These don't have that problem. On semi, just keep firing, and the gears will stay where they're supposed to stay. And auto feeds really well too. And that's with a 8.4 battery. 9.6 battery feeds even faster. Alright, got the JG AK47 or cyber gun. I'm going to do a chrono test here. 383, 377, 377, 383, 380, 377, 377, 373, about high 370s, so pretty stable.